Hello everybody and welcome to Batavia High School, the site of tonight's Section 5 Class B1 matchup between the Batavia Blue Devils and the Livonia Bulldogs. My name is Alex Brasky alongside Nate Ryder, here to take you through tonight's action between the Blue Devils and the Bulldogs. This is a rematch of a regular season matchup won by Livonia by a final score of 51-48. Batavia trailed by double digits in the second half of that game, only to storm back and make it a game before falling by that 3-point margin. In that game, Carter Mcfarland led all scorers for Batavia with 22 points and 11 rebounds, while 3 players scored in double figures for Livonia, including Chris Coyle, who scored 12 points, Connor Fian, who scored a team high and career high 14 points, including 4 3-pointers, and Justin Skelly, who netted 10 points, along with a massive 15 rebound effort. Livonia grabbed 25 offensive rebounds in that win over Batavia, and that propelled them to the regular season victory. We'll see if Batavia can keep the Bulldogs off the boards here tonight. But before we do that, we head to our sponsors to tell you all about the wonderful businesses who help bring you every live broadcast here on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel, beginning with our scoreboard sponsor, Casella Waste. Are you looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster or roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste for the best rates on local waste removal. Casella is your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs and is always putting your waste to work. Call 585-308-0662 today for a quote or to learn more about what Casella can do for you. Also, the Ankle and Foot Centers of Western New York. Dr. George Vito has over 30 years of experience and strives to deliver the best ankle and foot care in Western New York. Podiatry services available for Leroy, Buffalo, Dunkirk, Angola, Batavia, and the surrounding areas. Ankle and Foot Centers of Western New York has the physicians to turn to for reliable ankle and foot services. Visit them online at www.ankleandfootcentersofwesternnewyork.com or call today at a location near you. Also, Competitive Edge Basketball Spring Training starts in March. Hurry and register today for boys and girls sessions for 3rd through 12th graders. Learn ball handling, offensive and defensive skills, shooting, and more. Get the early bird or combo discount before March. Register online through their Facebook page, or visit Competitive Edge Basketball at their website, www.competitiveedgebasketball.org. Also, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer, selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Empire Tractor is proud to sell Dixie Chopper zero-turn mowers, which is the world's fastest mower, and they are now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Check out their website, empiretractor.com, or visit in person right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds, which is located on Route 5 in Batavia. Also, Freightliner and Western Star of Batavia provides you with a one-stop shop for new Freightliner and Western Star trucks, as well as Ottawa Yard horses. Freightliner and Western Star is a Daimler authorized and full-service dealer network location located on State Street in Batavia. They strive to offer exceptional customer service in their parts, sales, and service departments. Contact Frank Bumgardner at 585-524-2100, extension 2111 for more information. Also, Mays Photography, featured in the Daily News. Lindsay Mays provides some of the best sports photography that Section 5 has to offer. Visit maysphotography.shootproof.com for a wide collection of action shots from various sports. Check out this season's galleries before they expire. Don't miss out. Follow Lindsay at Mays Photo on Facebook and Instagram for a first look at new galleries as they're posted. Also, Summit Family Dental Care. At Summit Family Dental Care, their dentists and staff are committed to giving you the best dental experience that Warsaw and Geneseo has to offer. Like any trusting relationship, their care begins with getting to know each other. At Summit Family Dental Care, their highest priority is providing the quality dental services you deserve in a comfortable, convenient atmosphere. Call their Warsaw location at 585-786-3676 or their Geneseo location at 585-243 5588, or you can visit them online at summitfamilydentalcare.com. At halftime tonight, joining us will be Chris Swazi from the Genesee County Economic Development Center, as he will discuss two new programs the GCEDC is kicking off at the end of the school year, Cornell High School and the Genesee Valley Pre-Apprenticeship Boot Camp. So be sure to stay tuned at halftime to learn all about what the GCEDC has to offer. All right, we're here at Batavia High School. Alex Brasky alongside Nate Ryder, excited for this Class B1 opening round matchup between the Blue Devils and the Bulldogs. Batavia comes into this game at 7-13 and Livonia at 8-12. This is the first losing season for Batavia in 27 years and only the fifth in the 20-plus year career under Livonia head coach Matt Young. So these are two teams not used to being under 500, but they've continued to battle. They find themselves in an 8-9 matchup to begin the sectional tournament, and it should be an exciting one here tonight. Nate, what's your perspective on this matchup? What do you expect from both teams? And feel free to give a prediction if you'd like.
Well, like you mentioned, neither one of these teams is used to being in this position. You know, obviously Coach Brasky hasn't had many losing seasons, and like you mentioned, since the mid-90s, you know, and even before, you know, Coach Downey was here with Livonia, and I don't think he had any losing seasons. So it's two programs not used to losing and being in this, you know, this 8 or 9 seed. So I guess it's kind of, you know, what I'm looking for is the team with more pride right now. You know, more, you know, the team that comes into this game thinking, all right, well, we had a bad regular season, but, you know, we're 3-4 wins, whatever it is, away from a title. And, you know, looking to see which one comes out with that attitude that, you know, rather than look at the record, look at the name on the front of the jersey. You know, and you had mentioned earlier, you know, Livonia dominated Batavia on the boards, and that's something that Batavia struggled with all year. You know, obviously the defense has been there for the most part, but the lack of size has really hurt Batavia, and the inconsistent scoring, I should say, has hurt Batavia. You know, for Livonia, you know, they've had some pretty bad losses. They have one good win over Leroy, but it's another team that's been very inconsistent throughout the year. So, you know, let's see which coach has them coming out thinking it's a whole new season for these guys.
So looking forward to tonight's matchup. The winner of tonight's game will take on top-seeded North Star Christian, who enters the Class B1 tournament with a record of 15-3. All-time leader in Section 5 for career three-pointers, Ryan Garwood leads the Knights. He's also a 2,000-point scorer, so not just a sharpshooter as Garwood, and he's the son of head coach J.J. Garwood, former Keshequa Indians basketball player who helped lead them to a sectional championship during his time as a player, and he's since led the Knights to a few sectional championships as a coach. So a daunting matchup for whatever team moves on to the next round.
Yeah, I don't think either one of these teams, though, could even think about that game yet because, quite frankly, they haven't been good enough to think ahead yet. You know, they have to get through this game. You know, they have to do what they have to do. And, you know, I give a little bit, even though Livonia beat them the first time, you got to give the edge to Batavia just because of the tougher schedule that the Blue Devils have played. Even though they have the 13 losses, a lot of those were close, you know, for the most part, or, you know, at least for half the game. You know, Batavia does have a couple of quality wins. They have a couple bad losses, but, you know, it's part of that playing in that Monroe County schedule, and they even had a difficult out-of-conference schedule, so you have to give the edge to the Blue Devils a little bit.
And you look at Batavia's schedule, their losses largely came against Class A competition. You have losses against Greece Athena, Greece Arcadia, Pittsford Mendon. You also have Brockport, Eastridge. They have a loss to Pittsford Sutherland, Canandaigua. So this is a battle-tested team, as you alluded to, and they also have 2 wins over Class A opponents, those both coming over the HFL Cougars, who are a mid-tier seed in Class A2, no scrub themselves. So Batavia, as you said, has shown flashes this year, but they've lacked that consistency, and if they're able to put a full 32 minutes together, I think they could come out with the win. But this Livonia team has proven that they will battle for 32 minutes, and although they aren't going to blow you away, they're going to do what they do for the length of the game and they're going to outlast you. And that's what happened the first time around. A 10-point lead dwindled down the stretch, but they were able to outlast Batavia, and we'll see if they are able to do the same thing tonight.
You know, the one thing with Batavia's schedule, you know, as a player, as a high school player, you can look at that two ways. You know, you as a coach, you would like to say, listen, we played all these tough teams. We may not have come out with wins, but it made us better. But sometimes as a player, if you're losing constantly, it can really get to you. So, you know, I guess it really depends on the mentality of these guys. And like I said before, if they can erase that record from their memory and just bring in what they can do this game.
So we are minutes away from tip-off here at Batavia High School. And we're going to take a quick break. And the next voice you'll hear is public address announcer Paul Spiata taking you through tonight's lineups.
The dulcet tones.
All right, thank you, Paul. Nate, we're almost ready to go here between Batavia and Livonia. As I said before, the winner will take on North Star Christian in the quarterfinal. Each team just 3 wins away from a finals berth. The Batavia girls with a big win here last night, Nate, over Greece Odyssey. Been hard to come by for the Lady Devils this year, but under first-year head coach John McCulley, who's just over yonder, they picked up their 5th win of the season. So impressive win for the Lady Devils, and we'll see if the Blue Devils here can get the job done.
You know, the one thing we didn't mention about this Batavia team is how young they are. Only 2 seniors on the team, only one of which really sees significant time. So, you know, that's another thing. This team's had a lot of growing to go throughout this year.
So here we go. We're ready to jump it up. Javen Mcfarland and Evan Swan tip it up, and it lands in the hands of Batavia. And the Blue Devils will have the first possession of this Class B1 opening round matchup. Starters for Batavia: Carter McFarland, Cam McClintock, Javen Mcfarland, Sawyer Seiberling, and Tanner Mountain. For Livonia, you have Evan Swan. You also have Jake Watkins. You have Jack Kearney as a 3-pointer from Carter McFarland, who scored 22 points for Batavia in the first matchup between these two teams. So a good start for McFarland, a good start for Batavia. The Blue Devils are up 3-0, and I just want to give you the rest of the Livonia lineup: Chris Coyle and also Justin Skelly. Go ahead, Nate.
I was just going to say it's a great start for Batavia, especially Livonia coming out in that 2-3 zone. There's going to be some open spots in that outside the arc. So,
sorry about that, Nate. And a denial there from Javen McFarland, tips it out of bounds. And good spot there early, Nate, with that 2-3 zone employed by Livonia. We saw them come out in man-to-man against the Blue Devils, and we've seen them come out in man-to-man against a lot of teams this year. Is a 3-pointer from Chris Coyle. Evens the score at 3, and we'll pause for a reset of the net. But that adjustment from Livonia in the last game really disallowed Carter McFarland from getting to the basket, which is really his bread and butter. So a good adjustment made by veteran coach Matt Young, and They come out in the 2-3 zone, but a little bit of full court pressure here as well.
You would think, with the one thing Batavia does have is solid guard play, that full court press shouldn't be much of an issue for the Blue Devils.
Clinic with it in the corner, dumps it into Mountain, right back out to Seiverling. Good move to get the open look, but he can't knock it down. Rebound goes to Skelly. That's one of likely many rebounds from Skelly tonight. He's an absolute beast on the boards for the Bulldogs. Inside, knocked around, and Mcfarland comes up with it. Javen Mcfarland's on the run now. 3-ball, air ball long. That one rolls out of bounds, so we'll go back to Livonia.
No, if you're Coach Brasky, I don't think you mind that shot. That's a kid who has not had a good last couple of weeks for the regular season. You would really like to see him get going early in this game.
Another turnover by Livonia, and Batavia's pressure, at least in the front court, paying off in the early going. And that's one thing that Livonia does lack, Nate. They do lack that guard play that Batavia has a surplus of. It's really a counterattack, if that's the correct word, as Mcfarland goes for the reverse layup. You have Livonia on one end with a surplus of size, and Batavia on the other end with all guards. Coyle for 3, no good, off to the right. Skelly underneath with the rebound, no good. And Mountain comes up with the second chance rebound, and now Mcfarland is called for undercutting Swan underneath, and that will give Livonia the ball under the basket. Coach Brasky not happy with that call.
No, it kind of looked like he had the position and boxed out, and it looked like Livonia kid, didn't see which one, just kind of fell over him.
Kearney to a wide open Coyle. Batavia cannot leave him that wide open, especially off the inbound. And once again, Skelly with another rebound underneath. His first offensive rebound of the night, and that evens things up at 5.
Batavia's really going to have to crash the boards as a team, or they're going to get killed by this Livonia team on the offensive glass.
Mcfarland's deep 3, no good. Flying in for the tip rebound is Carter Mcfarland, but he stepped out of bounds, and it goes back to Livonia. And he wanted to push there from the Livonia defender, but to no avail.
I don't think there was much there, but another good sign for Batavia. It was a great rebound to get in there by Carter Mcfarland.
So here come the Bulldogs now with it. We're all tied at 5 early in this Class B1 opening round matchup. Turnaround hook shot from Swan, and Livonia has its first lead of the game.
Batavia, no answer inside for any of these guys, really. They are overmatched size-wise across the board.
A little bit of back and forth in the early going. And Batavia turns it over. Unforced error there from the Blue Devils. Inside 4.5 minutes to play here in the first. Here come the Bulldogs led by Coyle. All the way to the rim, coast to coast, floater, but no offensive foul. Carter Mcfarland selling out underneath, and he gets the ball back for the Blue Devils and negates the basket.
That one looked like it could have hurt a little bit. Coyle was full throttle to the hoop.
And I'll tell you what, Carter Mcfarland is the heart and soul of this Batavia team. Gives great energy on both ends and can also score in bunches.
He definitely has been the most consistent by far for this team all season long.
Mcfarland along the baseline. Great move to the basket. Count it. 3-point play opportunity coming up. As we're all tied at 7, nearing the midpoint of this first quarter. And that's what I said earlier, Nate. There's no answer for Mcfarland off the dribble. If he's able to get by one defender and help isn't there, that's going to be an automatic lay-in.
He makes 1 or 2 shots. He already hit the 1-3 from the outside. They have to come out on that, so that makes it easier for him to get to the bucket.
Mcfarland's off the mark on the free throw, and Batavia will set up its half-court pressure here. 2-2-1 press deployed by Batavia. Mcfarland's into the passing lane to cause the turnover. All the way to the rim. He's rejected by Coyle, but Batavia will have it underneath. Sub coming on for Livonia. It's Connor Feehan, 4 3-pointers in Livonia's previous win over Batavia during the regular season, so Batavia's going to have to close out on number 24 in orange.
probably Livonia's biggest true guard threat in terms of ball handling and shooting.
McFarland from the corner, no good. Flying in for the rebound is Seiberling, but he can't get the follow. That's a bunny for Seiberling that he'll want back.
Great offensive rebound, just have to finish. I think he was a little shocked he was that wide open.
I'll tell you what, Nate, what about the energy from Carter McFarland earlier? We just mentioned it, but he is all over the place trying to will his team to this win here tonight.
Yeah, as I mentioned, it was that mindset you want to go into this game, and can already see early he's the one for Batavia that has that.
Swan inside, too easy. And Livonia back out in front. This is what we expected, Nate, and you can expect it to likely be this way throughout, kind of a back and forth game. Both teams showing flashes in the early going. Follins thought about it from the volleyball line, but gave it up. Inside to Mountain, great pass from Cam McClinnick to find Tanner Mountain in the post. That one taken away by Javen McFarland on the run and lays it in. The pressure causing Livonia struggles here in the early going.
Very active on the press is Batavia.
Fian for three. Good. That can silence the crowd and the bench right there. Fian on the mark. His first three on his first attempt.
Now you can see Batavia defensively is really trying to do anything they can not to let Livonia get into a half-court set.
I think if you're Batavia, you may have to live with Fian getting some open looks as McFarland tries a deep three around the rim and out. As dominant as Livonia can be against Batavia inside, you may just have to pick your poison. And I think I would trust that the sophomore can't do it again rather than these big upperclassmen inside. Around the rim and out, McFarland's on the rebound. Here comes Batavia ahead to Seiberling. This time he gets the lay-in. Batavia back out in front by a point inside 2 minutes to go in the first. That's what Batavia needs to do, Nate. Run and gun, get in transition, get ahead of the Livonia defense, and score the basketball as we see a reach-in foul called on Javen McFarland's there.
And Batavia's substitution in the game, number 24, Mikey McKenzie.
Inbound to Coyle. Guarded by Mikey McKenzie on for Batavia now. Seeing his first action of the night. Coyle fading away. That's no good. Skelly, his second offensive rebound. Can't get the putback. McFarland's on the rebound. Here comes Batavia now.
There again, you see it. Batavia had the inside position, a good box out. Skelly's just too big. And he appears to be a pretty good jumper as well.
So here are the Blue Devils. McKenzie to McClinnick. Over to McFarland's in the corner. Back to McFarland's on the dribble replace. No good. Coyle knocked around into the hands of Mountain. Now McClinnick with it. Inside. Kicks it out. Around to McFarland's. Three ball. Carter McFarland's. He's on the mark in the early going, and that's a good sign for Batavia, Nate.
Great ball movement by Batavia, starting with McClinnick, getting in the middle, getting right down to the lane.
That dribble penetration from McClinnick can prove critical inside to Swan around the rim and out. As McClinnick, you're not going to see him become an offensive threat inside, but he's definitely a great distributor and can draw the defense in and kick it out, and you saw it there. But a good contested make from McFarland's. That wasn't an easy make from long range. Batavia looking to reset. Inside 10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Shot clock at 5. Mountain to McFarland's from the elbow. No good. And Batavia looks like they'll head to the second quarter with a 4-point lead, and they will. And once again, we'd like to tell you about our sponsors on the Casella Way scoreboard. Batavia with a 16-12 lead at the end of the first quarter. We'd also like to tell you about the Ankle and Foot Centers of Western New York. Also, Competitive Edge Basketball Spring Training. Enroll now at competitiveedgebasketball.org. Also, Empire Tractor. We're here to help you grow. Your local New Holland dealer, selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Also, Freightliner and Western Star of Batavia provides you with a one-stop shop for new Freightliner and Western Star trucks, as well as Ottawa Yard horses. Freightliner and Western Star is a Daimler authorized and full-service dealer network location. Also, Mays Photography, featured in the Daily News. Lindsay Mays provides some of the best photography that Section 5 has to offer. Also, Summit Family Dental Care, their dentists and staff are committed to giving you the best dental experience that Warsaw and Geneseo has to offer. I'd also like to remind you, Chris Swazi from the Genesee County Economic Development Center coming on at halftime to discuss 2 new programs that GCEDC is kicking off at the end of the school year. Cornell in high school and the Genesee Valley Pre-Apprenticeship Boot Camp. Nate Ryder and Alex Brasky here at Batavia High School for this Class B1 opening round matchup. Batavia, the number 8 seed, leaves the number 9 seed Livonia 16-12 as we enter the second quarter of play. The Casella Waste scoreboard. Are you looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster, or roll-off service at your place of business? Call Casella Waste for the best rates on local waste removal. So here we go, a good start for Batavia. We'll see if they can maintain their advantage here going into halftime. Fian, another try from deep, this time only at 2. Boy, oh boy, is he deadly from the outside.
He is on fire to start right now, but you got to like how active Batavia is defensively, even though, you know, they have given up some points. McFarland's on the save, and now Batavia will reset things. Clinic initiate the possession. Inside to McFarland's at the high post, guarded by Skelly. Somehow he was able to get that off. A lot of contact and no call. Livonia now on the run. Kearney spots up, no good. McKenzie on the rebound. Livonia has just been unable to get into a flow offensively, Nate, and I think that's really hurt them here. McFarland's to the rack, count it. 3-point play opportunity coming up for Javen McFarland's, and Coach Matt Young not pleased with that call. Nice move. Like I said, he's the one that you really want to get going if you're Coach Brasky, because he's struggled down the stretch in the regular season, and have him see a couple go through the hoop would be huge for his confidence.
You mentioned confidence. That's key for this Batavia team. Get some confidence under them and continue to build that throughout the course of the game. There haven't been many opportunities for them to do so this season. Plenty of their wins have come in full-out battles, which we do expect here tonight. But it is a current 5-point lead for Batavia. Mountain tried to take the charge underneath, didn't get the call. Now Watkins tried to put it back, but no good. McFarland's on the rebound. Here comes Batavia on the run. McFarland's deep 3, good! Javen McFarland's, you called it, Nate. Saw it go in inside, now he sees one going outside. Batavia with their largest lead of the game at 8 points. Inside 6.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Like I said, that is huge for them right now. They get him going along with Carter McFarland's. Tanner Mountain's been playing well on the inside, so.
And you see here the Batavia cheerleaders representing the Blue Devils here tonight, bringing the school spirit. It's a big game and a good crowd, Nate.
What I want to know is who is the cardboard cutout over by the door?
That is a good question. Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
Okay. I have no clue who that is, but
I think he's dating Zendaya.
How many Spider-Man? I thought Tobey Maguire was Spider-Man.
About 20 years ago, Nate.
Fair enough. And do we know why there is a cutout of Spider-Man?
We don't, but I think we're going to get our crack staff on that at halftime. So here we go. Batavia, its largest lead of the game at 8 points, following the 3-ball and a 5-point spurt from Javen McFarland's. Fian inside, rejected by Carter McFarland's, and saved to Javen. That was a fierce rejection, Nate. That was with authority.
He is playing
McFarland's
with
contacted
some amazing
outside.
energy. There it is again.
He chases it down and gets his team an extra possession. McClintock with it now, knifing through defenders. Beautiful pass to McKenzie. What vision on McClintock here in the early going. Under 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. The Batavia bench is feeling it. Looks like a football team over there with so many JVs up for sectionals. McClintock knocks it out of the hands of Coyle inside, and the Bulldogs will take over underneath. 10-point lead for the Blue Devils. Inbounded to Watkins from the short corner. No good. Mcfarland tips it to McKenzie. And here comes Batavia. I think you hit the nail on the head, Nate, with Carter Mcfarland, but this entire team as well, that just how active they are on both sides of the floor.
You know, and I think probably they fed off that. He came out with that energy right off the bat.
Javen McFarland from the corner, hand in his face and knocks it down. Batavia's up by 13. His reemergence in this offense is just what the doctor ordered for the Blue Devils. Watkins guarded closely by McFarland, knifing through, and now a foul. Count the basket called on Carter McFarland.
Count the basket by number 3, Jake Watkins, and a foul.
It's his second foul of this first half, so a decision to be made for Coach Brasky. You do not want Carter McFarland to pick up 3 fouls in this first half, Nate.
And for Livonia, number 12, Jackson Cook.
So Jackson Cook on for Livonia now, seeing his first action of the night. Also, you have Rashad Christie into the game for Batavia. Free throw is missed. Batavia maintains its 11-point lead, and Carter McFarland will take a seat with those 2 fouls nearing the 4-minute mark of this second quarter. Critical moment for Batavia to see if they can make things work without their leader. And off the knee of Christie, it goes back to the Bulldogs. Not how you want to start things without McFarland on the floor.
No, but you're right. You don't know. I mean, at least for a couple minutes, you want to keep McFarland on the bench. If it stays double digits, maybe you can get away with leaving him on the bench till the third quarter, but I highly doubt it.
So we updated our score, and we'll have to do so once again as Chris Coyle inside. It's now 27-18, a 9-point lead for Batavia. Dangerous territory, as Nate has alluded to so often. McFarland means so much to this team on both ends. Javen McFarland misses that one, short and to the right. Now here comes Livonia, perhaps smelling blood in the water.
Yeah, if you're Livonia, you definitely want to take advantage of the opportunity without Carter McFarland in the game.
And a foul called on Javen McFarland from behind, and Batavia does not like that call.
0, Javen McFarland, that's his second. 14th foul on Batavia.
Fian set to inbound here. Gets it to Coyle, loose ball, rolling around into the hands of Watkins. Kicks it to Fian, nice closeout by McClintock to find the shooter. Another loose ball, McKenzie went after it, but Coyle was able to regain possession for the Bulldogs. Now inside, and Cook gets the finish, 7-point lead now for Batavia. And
that's about the third time we've seen a breakdown defensively from Batavia where, you know, one of these Livonia guys just gets wide open in the middle of the paint.
You may be questioning why in a game like this, why you wouldn't just leave McFarland out there with, count it from Rashad Christie, a 3-point play opportunity coming up for him. But as I was saying, you question why Coach Brasky would be so immediate in benching McFarland with those 2 fouls. We've seen McFarland foul out of multiple games this season. And the last thing you want to see happen is your best player foul out in a playoff game.
You know, and especially as hard as he has been playing, he's going to be prone to fouls. And, you know, I'm sure maybe he needed a break anyway.
So Christie off the mark, but Mountain able to secure the rebound. Skipped over to Christie. He'll attack the rim now, down the lane, no good this time. Off the leg of a Livonia player, good call by the official there as it went off Swan. Sawyer Seiverling checks in for McKenzie. That's someone we haven't heard from outside of the one lay-in and the one missed layup. Seiverling can also fill it up from deep. We'll see if he can get things going from the perimeter. Mcfarland's in the corner. Tried to get it inside, but a kick ball. It will stay with Batavia. Under 3 minutes to go here in the second. 9-point lead for the Blue Devils. It was once a 13-point advantage for Batavia. Seiverling over to Mcfarland's. Deep three. Good! Off balance. A little spinorama before the three, and he knocks it down. Mcfarland's his third three of this half. Batavia up 12.
You know, and I was about to say the bad pass. It looked like he was open there for a minute. The bad pass took him out of it, I thought, but apparently not.
I was going to say the exact same thing, and good thing I waited. It almost like it created some momentum for him, twisting around and firing that one up there from deep. So 12-point lead for Batavia. Nice job maintaining with Carter Mcfarland's on the bench. Christie with a big bucket. Now Mcfarland's with a big three. Coyle from the corner. No good. McClintock with it now is Batavia. And excuse me, I've been calling Estevan Lovett Rashad Christie. That is my mistake there. As McClintock around the rim and out. So want to give credit where credit's due. Estevan Lovett, number 11 for Batavia. That's my apologies, Nate.
It should be your apologies.
I have called Batavia games this season, so I should know that. And I do know that. It was just a little bit of a brain fart there.
It happens to the best of us.
Estevan Lovett having a fine close to this second quarter thus far. The big finish inside, and he's really played strong defense as well. Where's the foul there, Nate? I'd really like to know.
I mean, he may got a little bit of his arm, but that was not very much at all.
A lot of ticky-tack on this end.
Looks like we might have a little blood on McFarland, or on McClintock. Carter McFarland's will check back in the meantime. Even though I do believe Batavia has the time, if they want, to get McClintock taped up there. But
I'm not sure of the rules on, but we do have blood on the floor, I believe.
I believe you do have a little bit of time anyway to...
Coach Brasky is creating some more time, pointing out some blood on the floor.
You know,
no, you want to make sure we're safe here, especially...
He's been doing this long enough.
Especially the health and safety situation our country is in. We don't want to leave any stone unturned there on the sideline.
I don't think he's thinking of that. He looked at the clock and said, well, I got 1:33 left. My defense is playing well. We've been active. Let's give him a little breather here. But look at him. Just like, not to be outdone by Coach Rapone mopping last week. Coach Brasky out here with the towels wiping up the blood.
Want something done, you do it yourself, Nate.
And I tell you what, McClintock looks like he's hurt pretty bad. I wonder if he, broke a fingernail or something
that's
happened
not
when he reached in on that.
That's not a pleasant experience if that's the case.
No, it is not.
So 12-point lead for Batavia here, 1:30 to go in the first half. Livonia looking for a late push. Coyle rejected by Mcfarland's, but he gets the second chance. That's a risky play for Mcfarland's, reaching in for the block there. He was able to get it, but...
Yeah, you saw him not really go for the second one. I think he...
Realized he got away with it.
Yeah, he very quickly went, all right, well, it's not worth it.
Mcfarland's pulls up, no good. Rebound goes to Swan. 10-point lead for Batavia. They'll look to maintain this double-digit advantage over the next minute, while Livonia looking to close it strong. Livonia's done a nice job hanging around despite a solid push from Batavia in this first half, but that's been the culprit for Livonia. Too many turnovers.
Active hands by Batavia defensively.
Mcfarland's down the lane like a hot knife through butter. 12-point lead for the Blue Devils. Coyle gets it away to Watkins. Fian guarded very closely by Mcfarland, not giving him an inch of breathing room.
I believe Javen's got 2 fouls as well, so playing with fire here with the last 20 seconds.
Certainly have to be careful if you're Batavia. 20 seconds to go. Watkins pulls up with 10 on the shot clock. No good. Mcfarland tips it to himself. Now here comes Batavia, but a turnover.
You would have definitely liked to hold for that final shot.
Coyle pulls up from the elbow, banks it in. Bank is open for Chris Coyle and Livonia. Big bucket to close the frame, and it's a 10-point Batavia lead headed into halftime. So as I said before, we have Chris Swazi coming up to join us from the Genesee County Economic Development Center. As you see Chris on his way up here, he'll join myself. Nate will take a step aside and rejoin us momentarily. How are we doing? Gonna turn it around here. Chris, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, man. How are you?
All right, we got to get our camera here. All right, Chris.
Take the mask off?
Yeah. We'd like to see your face here. Put a little face to the name and hear all about what you have going on at the Genesee County Economic Development Center. 2 new programs set to start at the end of the school year. Cornell and High School and the apprenticeship program. Can you tell us more about those and what you're looking forward to out of the Genesee Valley Pre-Apprenticeship Boot Camp and Cornell and High School?
Yeah, so the Cornell and High School program is a new program this year. We're testing it with 40 seniors this year. So we're looking for 40 seniors that are career-focused. And what we're going to do is we're going to pay for it. It's about $500 a person, and it's going to happen right after high school, the last week in June. So those 40 students will get taught by Cornell University in what's called dairy science and sanitation. And we're going to try to get them in a career in food processing. They're going to do field trips at HB Hood and Awaka, and then they'll get interviewed on the spot with the opportunity to get a job at paying almost $20 an hour with no student debt.
Wow, what a great opportunity to have those 2 local companies, and then Cornell, such a great institution, coming in. I mean, you really can't beat that opportunity for local kids.
Right, and that's why we loved it, because you get a high school degree, but now you get a certificate from an Ivy League school. Pretty cool.
Also, what kind of students should be looking at these programs? You see these student athletes out here. Our previous visit, you had one of the Leroy football players, Zach Vanderhoof, involved in your program. So plenty of student athletes involved, but also just regular scholarly individuals as well. What type of students should be looking to get involved in these programs?
Yeah, we're looking at career-focused, not college-focused in this case. Kids that are still trying to figure it out, but they know they want to go to work. So let's go to work with a company that's growing, right? And all our food processing are growing at 10% per year. And we're talking, again, $20 an hour to start, no student debt. And then a lot of these programs will get paid for tuition reimbursement at the company level. So if you start, on the ground floor, you want to get into marketing, supply chain, quality control, the company's going to train you for that. So you'll get no student debt, and you'll get a good, bang for your buck, right?
Yeah. And
so we're excited.
No student debt. What a great selling point.
It is. Parents, take note, right?
Yeah. With restrictions, with COVID, maybe coming off a little bit this year, and some changes maybe still in the works for local schools. Not sure what's going to happen with that, but as you see it right now, how are these programs going to work with the impact of COVID-19 still at large here?
Yeah, right now, cross our fingers. I think we're at the downward side of that. So all the programs are planned to take place. So we're excited about it. It did take a bearing because some companies, couldn't hire people and couldn't be a part of the programs like they wanted to. So we're excited that we're at a good place right now. And the other program is that Pre-Apprenticeship Boot Camp. So we did that last year. We had 5 students in the program. It's a little bit more intense. We pay for it again. It's 6 weeks. It's between July and August. And we have kids making almost upward of $30 an hour. So a little bit more intensive, a little bit more mechanical, electrical training. But you just need somebody with an open mind that's willing to learn, and we're going to teach them. And we do that right here at BOCES. So we do that as an earn as you learn program. So not only that 6 weeks, you're going to school, but you're also working part-time and getting paid like 24 hours of the 40 hours that you're going to school. So
Setting yourself up for the future as well.
Setting yourself up for the future. So you get some money in your pocket for the 6 weeks, and then you get a free education, and that, we call that a micro-credential, that type of certificate, and you walk in, and every company is looking, and they're paying, like I said, upwards of $30 an hour right now. I mean, that's impressive. That's more than
and
a lot of us make.
Money talks, I'll tell you that, especially
really
when you're a youngster looking at the future. But you told us about the apprenticeship program and the boot camp. What can a student learn in Cornell and high school? Obviously, a great institution in Cornell. I'm sure they could learn a lot. But can you narrow it down for us? What are they going to learn in that program?
Yeah, so specifically, they're going to teach what's called dairy science and sanitation. So those are kind of the entry-level positions in a food processing production. It's all about cleanliness, HACCP training, because you're dealing with food, right? So you got to understand what you're doing there. And Cornell does a fabulous job. They're super excited about this program because they're like, this is a new frontier for them.
Yeah.
They're a college-based program, and now they're getting into high school. So the whole key, high school kids, you got the world in front of you. So these are great opportunities. Don't pass up on them. And it's just beginning. This is a long-term play. It's not going to be like a one-year and done thing. We're going to need this every year because our companies are growing, and and it's all about workforce right now.
Yeah, and we've seen you around for years, so that rings true. These programs, this Genesee County Economic Development Center, they're not going anywhere, and that's really another positive. Just the hometown aspect of that, the security with the people that are in it for the long haul. But for the students that are interested in these programs, the pre-apprenticeship program or the boot camp, what should they do to get involved? What are some initial steps to go down that road and get themselves involved in those programs?
Yeah, we like everyone to be with their guidance counselors because they're dictating a lot of the programs. So we're all set up with all the principals and the vice principals and the guidance counselors. So these programs are happening. They can call our office too if you're not sure. Our office is right across from Genesee Community College. My phone number is 585-343-4866, extension 11. Call me anytime. We'll get you in the program. You're interested, we'll find a way. And that's for the companies we have today. So tomorrow, like you were talking about economic development, the other hat that I wear is we got a lot of companies that are looking to come to our stamp project, for example. And we're talking to like 5 major ones. There's been some, rumors, flying around the media about some of the companies we've talked to. And, confidentiality, I can't talk about them, but they're pretty big companies, right? So the exciting news is there's going to be more jobs than we've ever seen here in the county and the region. And it all takes workforce.
Yeah. Now, can you tell us where people can reach you? You just mentioned it there. Why don't you go through what you do exactly, your job titles? You're kind of a jack of all trades, Coach Swaz.
I do a Coach Swaz.
So why don't you tell the people a little bit more about yourself and how they can get in touch with you?
All right, sounds good, Alex. So I'm Vice President of Business and Workforce Development at Genesee County Economic Development Center. Been there almost 15 years. Got an incredible team working with Steve Hyde, who's the President and CEO, Mark Massey, Senior VP of Operations, Leslie Farrell, CFO, Jim Krenzik, Director of Marketing Communication, a former Daily News associate. So we know him well. And then we have, office staff with Penny, Lauren, and Krista. So everybody's from Genesee County, right? So we really are in it for the long haul, right? We're not just here just for a job. We're here because we're passionate about Genesee County. We're passionate about growing this economy. So in my day-to-day, job, I recruit companies to come to the county. I help companies expand and retain them, whether it's, OACA or HB Hood putting on an expansion. We help them with all that because it takes a lot of time and effort, and we help them with tax incentives as well, for their big investment. And then the other hat is the Coach Swaz, which again I'm passionate about it. You know me, coming back from my youth coaching days, but I've taken that mindset into workforce development and bring that passion along. And myself and a guy John Jakubowski, long time middle school principal, my economics teacher in middle school, and he's still around. And together we go around and we talk to high schools. We call it the Coach Swaz and Dr. J show. I call him Dr. J.
That's great.
And we talk to kids about, why you're taking STEM classes, what careers on your backyard that you don't know about. You're driving by these buildings and what goes on the inside. And everybody wants to run away, and everybody's, doesn't understand what we have here. And it's such a great asset. These companies are major players like an HP Hood, OACA. They all have, between both of those, there's 1,000 employees between HP Hood and OACA. And there's room to grow, right? And they're growing. So anything you want in a career, whether it's warehousing, supply chain, quality control, finance, it's all here in Genesee County.
Well, Coach Swaz, Chris Swazi, thank you for joining us. A lot of information there for students, student athletes to look towards their future, get involved, and that's really what it's about. Getting involved, and setting yourself up for a bright future.
Absolutely. And we're going to have a great second half here.
I was just going to say that. Hopefully we have a bright future in the near term.
That's right.
Thanks a lot,
Thanks,
Chris. Thank
Alex.
you for joining us.
All right.
Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
See you guys. Awesome. Thanks, bud. Good job.
Yeah, I know. All right, here we go. We are set for the second half of action. Alex Brasky and Nate Ryder here with you at Batavia High School. Batavia currently leading Livonia by 10 to begin the third quarter of play. So we'll tell you about our sponsors beyond what Chris Swazi just told you from the Genesee County Economic Development Center. We have plenty of more sponsors to get to here throughout the second half, but Carter Mcfarland's almost had Batavia off to a great start, but couldn't get the finish inside. Of course, this game brought to you by our scoreboard sponsor, Casella Waste. Are you looking for residential pickup at your house? A dumpster or roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste for the best rates on local waste removal. So Swan gets Livonia started in the second half and cuts the Batavia lead to 8. Cyberling off the mark from 3, and it hits the cage up top, and Livonia is going to take over here. So a critical stretch here for both teams, as first few minutes of the third quarter often decides the game.
Yeah, you would like to see Batavia continue with that energy.
And you see it there, creating the turnover. Cyberling hits the deck, goes out of bounds off Batavia. A turnover, so the Bulldogs will take over. Here's Coyle, leading scorer for this Livonia team. And he throws it away, but it winds up in the hands of Swan. Batted around inside off of Mcfarland, so it will stay with the Bulldogs underneath.
Looked like a travel in there, but
yeah, Swan almost lost his footing there, it appeared. Skelly reverses it to Watkins, looked for Coyle inside, but couldn't find him. Now Swan has it in the paint. No good on the turnaround, and Mountain collects the rebound. Batavia looks to go quickly, almost threw it away, did Carter Mcfarland's, but now Javen McFarland's has it. Kicks it to his brother, thought about the 3, into the lane, over to Mountain in the short corner, no good. Sawyer Cyberling couldn't get the handle on it. We'd also like to thank Ankle and Foot Centers of Western New York. There's no need to suffer with ankle and foot problems. So Livonia takes back over, approaching the 6-minute mark. Swan inside, no good. Nice rebound from Cyberling. Here comes the Blue Devils now. Here come the Blue Devils, excuse me. McFarland's hits the deck, but Livonia has it go out of bounds. We'd also like to thank, of course, Competitive Edge Basketball Spring Training enrolling now. Competitive Edge Basketball Spring Training starts in March. So sign up today, competitiveedgebasketball.com. That's available for 3rd through 12th graders. Inside, Skelly can't get the finish. So a bit of a dry spell for both sides to begin this third quarter. Batavia has yet to score. Livonia with 1 bucket in the early going.
And this is what's happened to Batavia time after time, is just these prolonged stretches where they can't score.
And Mountain rejected inside by Swan and Skelly. Now here comes Livonia. Taken away by Mcfarland. And a foul inside. We'd also like to thank Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer, selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Empire Tractor is proud to sell Dixie Chopper's zero-turn mowers, which is the world's fastest mower. And they are now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. So Batavia inbounds from underneath, inside to Mcfarland's, right back out to Cyberling for 3, and it's good. Sawyer Cyberling, his first three-pointer of the game, and Batavia is back out in front by 11 with 5:04 to go in the third.
That was kind of a double whammy for Livonia. Coyle got his third foul, and then a couple seconds later, Batavia gets the lead back out to 11.
We'd also like to thank Freightliner and Western Star of Batavia, which provides you with a one-stop shop for new Freightliner and Western Star trucks, as well as Ottawa Yard Horses. Freightliner and Western Star is a Daimler authorized and full-service dealer network location located on State Street in Batavia. Also, Mays Photography, featured in the Daily News. Lindsay Mays provides some of the best sports photography that Section 5 has to offer. Also, Summit Family Dental Care. At Summit Family Dental Care, their dentists and staff are committed to giving you the best dental experience that Warsaw and Geneseo has to offer. So here we are in this Class B1 opening round matchup. Batavia with a commanding lead over Livonia here in the second half. Been a fine defensive effort from the Blue Devils here tonight.
Yeah, and that's something you would usually get out of them. They just have to sustain those offensive droughts.
Kearney with it up top, guarded closely by McClintock. Shuffles it over to Coyle, guarded closely by Mcfarland, gets it away, no good. Diving after it is Carter Mcfarland. What a surprise. And that's going to be a jump ball. It's going to stay with the Bulldogs. More hustle from Carter Mcfarland.
Yeah, he's going to be tired after this one. He has been all over the place, and good for him.
That one lobbed into Kearney. Now Feehan with it. Over to Coyle. 3-ball. No good. He's been off tonight, and credit Batavia for contesting each one of his shots. They have not given him much room to breathe.
No, he has not had an open look all night. And like you said, credit to the Batavia defense, who has been extremely active so far.
So here come the Blue Devils now. 4:20 remaining in the third quarter. That 11-point lead still intact. Livonia 2 points in the first 4 minutes of this frame. Mcfarland's a wild shot, but Mountain able to secure the rebound. Batavia with a new possession, but 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Carter Mcfarland thought about the deep three, drives the lane, 3 men on him, count it! Carter Mcfarland's the hoop and the harm. And Batavia increases its lead to 13, a chance to make it 14 with 3:55 remaining in the third.
It looked like his brother Javen had that same lane about 3 seconds before. Carter takes it in there, sacrifices the body, and great finish.
Acrobatic from Mcfarland. And he completes the three-point play. 14-point lead for Batavia, their largest of the night. Coyle, guarded by Cyberling. Now it's with Swan. Feehan. McClintock on him. Back up to Kearney, over to Coyle. No good. Rebound to Skelly, but it's rejected by Mcfarland, and a foul is called.
Fouls on 0, Caleb McFarland. That's his third. First team
That did
foul.
not look, I mean, from here anyway, I mean, we're a little ways away, but that looked pretty clean to me. What do they say, Alex? Ball don't lie?
That is what they say, Nate.
That is the third foul on Javen Mcfarland, too, so something to keep an eye on.
So still a 14-point game. Skelly 0 for 2 from the line. So no harm, but there was a foul.
Yes.
And Batavia going the other way. Seiberling kicks it to Mcfarland's. Double team now, as that 2-3 zone really favoring him up top. Saved by Kearney, but Batavia will keep it here. Shot clock at 15, but we need a reset here. Yeah, possession changed hands.
Definitely
Shot clock
possession.
failed to reset, so that's the cause for the stoppage here. So we'll reset it to 35, or no, 32, as 3 seconds probably went off after Batavia have it. So 32 seconds on the shot clock. Clinic into the corner for Mcfarland. Step back three. Javen Mcfarland's another three-pointer, and Batavia putting their stamp on this game. They're ahead by 17 points.
We said he was, going to have a big night and break out of that slump, and he's doing just that.
Nice defense from Mcfarland's, and a blocking foul called against Mcfarland's, I believe.
Fouls on 30, Tanner Mountain. His first.
No, foul goes against Tanner Mountain, his first foul. A lot of contact under
A
there.
lot of contact by the Livonia bigs, and they're letting them get away with it.
Fian for three. Good. Connor
shot.
Fian, and a timeout called by Coach Young, and Coach Brasky not happy that he was able to get that wide open. We'd like to thank our sponsors, beginning with our scoreboard sponsor, Casella Waste. Casella, are you looking for residential pickup at your house? A dumpster roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste for the best rates on local waste removal. Oh, sorry about that. We had the wrong graphic up there, but we'll get Casella back up for you. We'd also like to thank, of course, the Ankle and Foot Centers of Western New York. Dr. George Vito has over 30 years of experience and strives to deliver the best ankle and foot care in Western New York. Podiatry services available for Leroy, Buffalo, Dunkirk, Angola, Batavia, and the surrounding areas. Also, Competitive Edge basketball spring training starts in March. Hurry and register today for boys and girls sessions for 3rd through 12th graders. Learn ball handling, offensive and defensive skills, shooting, and more. CompetitiveEdgeBasketball.org. Also, Empire Tractor, we're here to help you grow. Located on Route 5 in Batavia. You can also visit them online, EmpireTractor.com. Also, Freightliner and Western Star of Batavia, located on State Street. They strive to offer exceptional customer service in part sales and service departments. So here we go. Batavia out of the Livonia timeout with 2:30 remaining in the third. Holds a 14-point lead and has the ball.
If you're Livonia, you really want to get it into single digits heading into that fourth quarter. Still don't think the press is the way to do it. Batavia hasn't had many issues with it at all.
Mcfarland's three, too long. Good box out from Skelly, but the ball batted around into the hands of Mcfarland's. Looked like Skelly and Swan fighting for it there. Seiberling for three, no good. Mcfarland's offensive rebound. Mountain inside. No shot as the foul comes on the floor.
Again, Batavia very active. They're not getting those rebounds, but when these Livonia guys get their hands on it, they're slapping at it.
I'd also like to thank Mays Photography, Lindsay Mays. Follow her at Mays Photo on Facebook and Instagram for a look at new galleries as they're posted. Mcfarland's inbounds to Mountain. Three, good! Tanner Mountain knocks it down. Batavia has it going here tonight. They can do no wrong, Nate.
No, you're getting contributions from a lot of guys, and, this Batavia team can be dangerous if they do that.
Great response from Jake Watkins inside. A strong finish for the Bulldogs. Nice defense from Watkins, too, but a little over-aggressive there as I said that. But his aggression has been impressive for Livonia, too. He hasn't come off the floor much as Watkins. So Batavia ahead by 15 with 1.5 minutes. 1.5 minutes or minutes? Minute or minute, Nate?
1.5. 1.5 minutes, I think.
guess.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a brain fart there. Mcfarland's with it now on the wing. Drives the lane inside, scoops it under and good. So I'm struggling a bit, but boy, Carter Mcfarland's not struggling at all here tonight.
No, in the number of games I've seen Batavia play this year, this has to be either the best or one of the best offensively that I've seen them play.
So that 17-point lead intact. It's the largest lead that Batavia's had tonight, and there's now less than a minute remaining in the third. A bucket here could put this one out of reach.
A little early on that, I think.
Mcfarland's for three, no good. Just judging on Livonia, 31 points through almost 3 quarters, a 20-point lead for Batavia. That would be a daunting, daunting task for the Bulldogs, who have struggled to score the ball tonight.
Fair enough, but
Mcfarland's for three, no good. Your point is well taken.
Lot of game
Plenty
left.
of time left. Crazier things have happened. And an offensive foul called against Watkins.
Offensive foul number 3.
2 quick fouls on number 3. That's his second. And Batavia will take back over here with 37 seconds remaining, likely holding for the last shot here.
you would think, but I thought that at the end of the half, too.
Mcfarland's tripped up.
Fouls on 3.
Another foul against Watkins.
16 foul on Livonia.
One more, Batavia will be shooting the 1-and-1.
And after it seemed as if the fouls went in favor of Livonia in the first half, Batavia a 6-2 advantage in terms of fouls on the board during this third quarter.
They usually always even out. Usually.
So shot clock is off, 10 seconds remaining. Batavia will look to go now. McClintock starts things down the lane, thought about the floater, and now he turns it over into the hands of Coyle. 2 seconds to go. He's going to have to heave it up. No good off the front iron. And Batavia heads to the fourth quarter, with a 17-point lead. We'd like to thank Casella Waste, your #1 service provider for all your waste and recycling needs. At Casella, they are your #1 provider, and they offer a dumpster rollout service for your place of business or residential pickup at your house. Call today, 585-308-0662 today for a quote. Ankle and Foot Centers of Western New York. Dr. George Vito has over 30 years of experience and strives to deliver the best ankle and foot care in Western New York. Podiatry services available for Leroy, Buffalo, Dunkirk, Angola, Batavia, and the surrounding areas. Ankle and Foot Centers of Western New York has the physicians to turn to for reliable ankle and foot services. Visit them online at ankleandfootcentersofwesternNewYork.com or call today for a location near you. Also, Competitive Edge basketball spring training starts in March. Hurry up and register today for boys and girls sessions for 3rd through 12th graders. Learn ball handling, offensive and defensive skills, shooting, and more. Get the early bird and combo discount before March. Register online through their Facebook page or visit Competitive Edge Basketball at their website, competitiveedgebasketball.org. So reset our clock here. As we are underway in the fourth quarter, Batavia will begin with possession and a 17-point lead. Clinic wide open down the lane, kicks it out to McKenzie. Step back, jumper, and it's good. If I'm not mistaken, Nate, that's the 6th or 7th player, 7th or 8th actually, that scored for Batavia here tonight.
Like I said, everybody's getting in the mix, and I was going to wonder if Batavia was going to already start trying to take a little time off the clock, but apparently not yet.
Coyle swarmed by McKenzie, and he's off the mark from the elbow. Mcfarland's in transition, kicks it to McKenzie for 3, no good. And Coyle able to out-leap McFarland's there for the rebound. Here come the Bulldogs now. Coyle Kicks it out to Fian, wide open for three. No good. His first miss, I believe, of the night. McKenzie, off balance look. No good.
There's a great pass by McFarland. Look, McKenzie slowed down just a little bit. Made that finish a little more difficult than it probably should have been.
Coyle dumps it inside to Skelly. He's doubled there by the McFarland's brothers and can't get the finish, but he's able to get his rebound. Kearney from the short corner knocks it down. Big bucket for the Bulldogs. They cut it back down to 17 with 6.5 minutes to play. Now the full court pressure here from Livonia as Fian guards McClintock closely.
Tell you what, these Livonia bigs are physical down there. They are not afraid to throw their body into anybody.
Saw Livonia compete for a sectional championship in football this year, and a few players from that team on the floor. McClintock drives the lane. This time he puts it up, no good. Was able to beat everybody to the rim, but couldn't get the finish. 6 minutes to play now. Coyle tried to drive the baseline, but closed off by McFarland's. Kearney, three, no good. Skelly, beautiful box out and put back. He's just too tough in there.
You know, they've had that all night. They've just missed a lot of those inside buckets.
So here are the Blue Devils now. There's Livonia on a mini run here. McFarland's down the lane line, up and under, no good. Mountain, McKenzie, second putback is good. And as good of a job as Livonia did on the boards in that first matchup, I don't think they're doing as good of a job tonight. They're not locating Batavia's small guys underneath. They're allowing them to get free open area, and ball's just falling into Batavia's hands at times.
Like I said, Batavia's been very active also on the glass. Not just rebounding, but when Livonia gets it, they're slapping at it, they're grabbing at it, they're doing whatever they can. So good adjustment after what happened the first game between these two.
And it's not only size that helps rebound. You also have to put bodies on defenders, and there's a lot that goes into it.
Yes, you need to be in the right position. I mean, there's a lot more than just being big. We've seen plenty of big guys over the years not be able to rebound.
Skelly no good on the free throw, and now here comes Batavia with that 16-point advantage. McFarland's coast to coast, and he's fouled. So he'll head to the line with a chance to bring Batavia's lead back to 18.
First and the 7th team foul on Livonia. 2 shots for Carter McFarland.
Carter McFarland's good on the first. We'd also like to thank Empire Tractor, of course, your local New Holland dealer, selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Dixie Chopper zero-turn mowers, which is the world's fastest mower, and they're now also selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles.
2 free throws for Carter McFarland.
So 2 free throws for McFarland's. Batavia increases its lead. Dumped inside. Skelly with it on the block. Swarmed by Batavia defenders. And a jump ball is called.
Possession arrow to Livonia.
You know, even though it seems to be working, at least occasionally, you got to think Livonia's got to go away from getting it inside and start shooting some threes here and there.
So a little bit of a discussion between the officials and the players there, maybe trying to quell some emotions, maybe ramping up in the late stages of this game. Rebound goes to Skelly in the corner. Able to get it away to Watkins. Drives the lane. Offensive foul, a late call from the official near midcourt. As McClintock takes the charge, we're going the other way.
Number 3, Jalen Watkins, that's his 4th.
It's almost like he couldn't find his whistle.
And the 8th team foul on Livonia.
Tell you what, underrated game from McClintock here tonight. He's done a nice job distributing the ball, handling the ball. He's really played a key role, although he hasn't found his way into the score column.
Yeah, he's not a kid who's going to score a lot, but he hasn't turned the ball over, and, you know.
McKenzie flying in, and he's fouled on the putback. We'd also like to thank Freightliner and Western Star of Batavia, which provides you with a one-stop shop for new Freightliner and Western Star trucks, as well as Ottawa Yard Horses. Freightliner and Western Star is a Daimler authorized and full-service dealer network location. So McKenzie's free throw, 2 free throws, excuse me, makes the first. We'd also like to thank Mays Photography, featured in the Daily News. Lindsay Mays provides some of the best sports photography that Section 5 has to offer. McKenzie misses the second. Now Livonia looking to work its way back from a 19-point deficit with 4 minutes to go. Watkins inside, loses it, batted around, and here comes Batavia now. Mcfarland's on the run, to the rim, no good, and a blocking foul called against Fian.
Fouls on number 24, Connor Fian. That's his second, 10th team foul on Livonia. To be 2 shots for Carter McFarland.
So 2 shots coming up for McFarland's. I have one more sponsor to tell you about. Phone's off the mark on the first. We'd also like to tell you about Summit Family Dental Care. Their dentists and staff are committed to giving you the best dental experience that Warsaw and Geneseo has to offer. Visit them online, summitfamilydentalcare.com. McFarland's 1 for 2 on the free throw. On the free throws, excuse me, and Batavia's lead is up to 20. Coyle guarded closely by McKenzie, but a foul call.
Fouls on 24, Mikey McKenzie. That's his first, 4th team foul on Batavia.
Coyle, no good. Rebound goes to McFarland's.
Batavia's done a great job all night taking him out of the game.
And give Coyle credit. He's shown great confidence. He hasn't slowed down a bit. He continues to put it up there, which that's a skill, believe it or not. Continuing to remain confident despite a tough night and continuing to put it up there when you know your team needs you. And he's done that, so give him credit. He just hasn't come through with enough makes tonight.
And that's credit to Batavia and not making anything easy on him all night long.
Coyle will be back. He's only a junior. Swan and Skelly, seniors. Watkins, a senior for Livonia, but the rest of this team, all underclassmen, so Livonia, a young team as well, outside of their 2 bigs inside and Watkins. McFarland's gives Batavia its largest lead at 21 points, and time is running out on the Bulldogs here. Coyle all the way to the rim, and as I said before, he's continued to attack, and he gets the bucket there.
You think Batavia's just going to try to run some clock here.
Foulings to the rim. That scoop shot that he's tried so often tonight, no good, and it goes out of bounds off Batavia.
Once again, I'm wrong.
Well, we've heard that quite often through our time working together, haven't we, Nate?
You know.
Coyle guarded by McKenzie. He's done a nice job on him. Swan inside, no good. Skelly, the offensive rebound, and a foul.
Tell you what, the last 5 minutes of this game are going to take forever.
15 foul.
As they usually do.
2 shots for number 4, Justin Skelly.
Kelly misses the first. I didn't know they had a student section over there, Nate.
Yeah, the Blue Zoo has been rather tame tonight.
Skelly 1 for 2 from the line, and now a timeout called Now we're going to tell you about our sponsors once more, give them a little bit more face time here. Casella Waste, are you looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster or roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste for the best rates on local waste removal. Casella, your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs, is always putting your waste to work. Call 308-0662 today for a quote. Also, Ankle and Foot Centers of Western New York. Dr. George Vito has over 30 years of experience and strives to deliver the best ankle and foot care in Western New York. Podiatry services available for Leroy, Buffalo, Dunkirk, Angola, Batavia, and the surrounding areas. Ankle and Foot Centers of Western New York has the physicians to turn to for reliable ankle and foot services. Visit them online at ankleandfootcentersofwesternnewyork.com or call today for a location near you. Also, Competitive Edge basketball spring training starts in March. Hurry and register today for boys and girls sessions for 3rd through 12th graders. Learn ball handling, offensive and defensive skills, shooting, and more. Get the early bird and combo discount before March. Register online through their Facebook page or visit Competitive Edge Basketball at their website, competitiveedgebasketball.org. Also, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer, selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Empire Tractor is proud to sell Dixie Chopper zero-turn mowers, which is the world's fastest mower, and they're now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Also, Freightliner and Western Star, which we'll tell you about in a moment, but Lindsay Mays Photography provides some of the best sports photography that Section 5 has to offer. 2:40 to go here. Batavia looking to salt this one away, and if they are to do so, they'll move on to face top seed North Star Christian, who is in attendance here tonight, at least some of their team, to watch this game and perhaps do a little bit of scouting to see what to think of a team they haven't seen all year in terms of on the floor against them. They had already played Livonia. They have not played Batavia yet this year.
And I'll tell you what, if you're North Star Christian, or any team that doesn't see Batavia regularly, getting ready for this defense is not an easy task.
That one tipped away to Mcfarland, and Batavia will clear it and run some more time off the clock. And that looks like it's just about going to do it for the Bulldogs. So their run likely coming to a close here. But we'd also like to thank Summit Family Dental Care. At Summit Family Dental Care, their dentists and staff are committed to giving you the best dental experience that Warsaw and Geneseo has to offer. Like any trusting relationship, their care begins with getting to know each other. That's SummitFamilyDentalCare.com. McClintock makes the first. And makes the second. So McClintock 2 for 2. And now Livonia under 2 minutes to go. 20-point lead for Batavia once again. Fian takes it out in the corner. Inbound to Watkins. Over to Fian, wide open. And he knocks it down. It's too easy, but it might be a little too late. Fian tried to foul Mcfarland's there, but the officials are not calling it. And now they will. With 1:23 remaining. We'd also like to thank...
I'm with the officials on this. It's a 17-point game with 1:23 left.
Freightliner and Western Star Batavia provides you with a one-stop shop for new Freightliner and Western Star trucks, as well as Ottawa Yard horses. Freightliner and Western Star is a Daimler authorized and full-service dealer network location. Call Frank Bumgardner at 585-524-2100, extension 2111 for more information. Mcfarland's made the first free throw to make it an 18-point Batavia lead with 1:23 remaining. And he misses the second. Fian almost had it knocked away by McClintock. Now Coyle down the lane. No finish, but foul called against Batavia.
Fouls on Cam McClintock, his third. 16 foul on Batavia.
I believe that was a shooting foul, but we'll see here.
for Batavia in the game number 2, Rashad Christie.
Oh, the foul was against Livonia, Nate?
Honestly, I have absolutely no idea.
Neither does Coach Young.
I don't think anybody does, except for Carter Mcfarland. He appears to be the only one that has any clue what's going on right now. Maybe a technical. Maybe there was a technical on Livonia?
Was actually on number 3, Livonia's Jake Watkins.
Okay, there we go.
That's his 5th personal foul.
So that's the 5th foul on Watkins.
All sorts of hubbub at the end of this game.
Yeah, Coach Young is not happy with that call at all.
No, he's ready to get teed up, I think.
And the official under the basket is ready to get going, but Watkins hasn't subbed out of the game yet.
Because I think this guy under the basket wants to get out of here. It's an 18-point game with a minute left.
Substitution for Livonia in the game number 2, Nick Coyle. It'll be 2 shots for Carter.
You never want to ref to this situation, but this may be one time it calls for it. So onto the floor now for Livonia for the first time tonight. We have number 2, Nicholas Coyle. Also number 25 checking in, Lucas Ray. And Jackson Cook back onto the floor for Livonia. And then for Batavia, Jamonte Morrell into the game. A senior for this Batavia team, playing out the final 110. What appears to be a Batavia victory. Also coming on, a aforementioned name, Rashad Christie.
Well, it's good to see him get in the game, even though apparently, according to you, he played very well in the first half.
Yeah, that's again, my apologies to Esteban Lovett. He had a fine first half, a good stretch there that caused me to say the name of Christie about 7 times incorrectly.
Like I said, it happens to the best of us.
Coyle.
Oh, are we really going to call fouls? There's a minute left.
Fouls on Cam McClintock. That's his 3rd.
If you're Batavia, just let them go to the basket and lay it in.
This is almost as bad as timeouts in a JV game.
It's only 6.
This one official is certainly getting his money's worth here tonight. Coyle from the corner. No good. Merle on the rebound, so he finds his way into the stat column. It's a good thing for the senior here to find his way into the action and find the ball in his hands. Now they're looking for Merle to get in the scoring column, and he's just off the mark. Good look from Merle there. But to no avail as it rattled around and out. May get another chance, though. Coyle to the rim. Nice move along the baseline, and a timeout called by Livonia simply to get a substitute in. Sean Abbott checking in for the Bulldogs here.
Into the game for Livonia, number 23, Sean Abbott.
So everybody, I believe, on the varsity rosters for each team got into the game tonight.
Yes, it's...
For Batavia, you're happy that happened. Livonia, you're not so happy that happened.
Well, not in the way that it
Yes,
happened.
correct. Thank you for cleaning that up for me. Double dribble called against Batavia, and we're going the other way. And you called it, Nate. This final 3 minutes
is taken forever.
Taking about as long as the third quarter. Coyle up to Feehan. 7 seconds to go. Coyle back to Feehan. 3. Good. Connor Feehan, one for good measure. And that's going to do it. Batavia is marching on with the Class B1 victory. They advance a 62-47 win over the Livonia Bulldogs. The Blue Devils advance to play number 1 North Star Christian this weekend. Saturday at 7 p.m. at North Star Christian in Rochester. So for Nate Ryder, my name is Alex Brasky. Thank you for joining us And we'll see you next time.